In this week 11 online lecture recording video for process modeling unit, we will continue with the second part of the dynamic simulation of distributed systems. So in here, we will discuss example on the application of the method of lines on example which is different with the previous week, where we have discussed um, the case where the boundary condition is the simplest, that is if the value of the dependent variable is known at the boundary. In this case, we will discuss the heat conductions in a rod. So if the unsteady state heat conduction in a long rod can be modeled by an energy balance in one space dimension, we will have these equations in here. The left hand side is first order with respect to temperature. The right hand side is second order with respect to the space coordinate. Okay, we have the initial conditions at t at all positions at time equals 0, that will be equal to t naught, and the two boundary condition. This first boundary condition is called Robin boundary conditions, where a given linear relation between the value and the derivative at the boundary are given. The second boundary condition in here is called a von Neumann boundary conditions, where the derivative has a given value at the boundary. The value in this case is 0. And then we have 5 internal grid points in here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one is the value of the temperature at the inlet of the rod, basically. Okay, so the first step will be define the mesh. The boundary condition means that the values on the boundaries are unknown and they become variables. So together with the n internal grid points plus the two boundary points at 0 and n plus 1, we make a center difference approximation of the diffusion term. The second step, meaning that we have now 7 grid points, meaning 5 internal grid points and 1 boundary grid points at each ends. We can use ILO as we have shown in the examples in the previous week's recording. We can use it to make the required matrix. And then we discretize the boundary conditions. Okay, we use the boundary conditions at z equals 0. Then we discretize, we can express this t minus 1 as this term, and then this will be at z equal 0. So initially we have this t minus 1 that we don't know, then we substitute this value in here, then we have a new equations or a new ODE for this dt over dt. Okay, then we also do the same with the boundary conditions at z equal n plus 1. Okay, and then we can discretize this as given in here equal to 0. So we have this tn plus 2 is equal to tn. So we will have an updated ODE at z equal n plus 1. Okay, this all is put into the MATLAB. Okay, this MATLAB hot rod in here has an input of time and temperature. So these are the two metrics. dt in here is the value of the right hand side of the differential equations. Okay, and putting in all the values in here. This one is internal grid points. This one is just referring to the number of the internal grid points plus the boundary conditions, and then we check the step size. Then we use this ILO to help us to make a matrix. Okay, and then we change the three components in the final matrix, and then we define this b, and then this dt will be equal to this. Okay, then the next step will be we use an ODE solver, putting in the vector that defines the ODE system, solving from 0 to 200 with the initial value of, or the initial guess of the temperature at the different grids, okay, equal to 25. Before I go to the result, then we want to discuss the calculations now, as I give in the additional materials for this week. Okay, let's go and inspect it in here. So start from this particular point. Let's say we have these equations in here. These equations in here is converted into the difference form, become this. We have these 5 internal points. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equations. Okay, the first equations in here is expressed in terms of this t minus 1. The last equation has this t7 which is unknown. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to use the boundary conditions in here. Okay, we use the boundary conditions at z equals 0. Okay, so we can convert this t minus 1 in terms of the things that is known. Okay, then we put this t minus 1 into this to replace the t minus 1. Then we have an updated equations of dTo over dt, which is equal to these equations in here. Okay, then same with that, the boundary conditions at z equal L, we use the BC2, and then we change this one in terms of this finite difference. Then we know that T7 is equal T5. Then we substitute to the last equations, so we have an updated ODE. Okay, once we have those updated ODE, then we know that we have this matrix. Okay, this one is the initial one. So this one has not been submitted by the boundary conditions, but after submitted the boundary conditions, then we have this final matrix in here. Okay, and then in here, all the components of the matrix for this square matrix in here, okay, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this 7 times 7 matrix, all can be made using ILO, except for these 3 components in here, 1, 2, and 3 in here, which we need to replace manually in the MATLAB code. Okay, so you want to compare this form of the matrix in here with the one in the slides in here. Okay, I go back again one slide down. As you can see in here, we are replacing 1, 2, 3 components in here. Okay, and then we define also B in here. Okay, once we put everything there, then we can make 3 different figures, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, in the first figure in here, let's say in the left hand side, I use 5 internal grid points. On the right hand side, I use 20 internal grid points. Okay, so each of the different colored curve in here give a different locations of the different locations of the different locations within the rod. Okay, as a functions of time. Okay, and as you can see, if you use 20 internal points, that will be more points. And then beside that, then we can also use a 3D temperature plot to plot the temperature in terms of the time and rod length. Okay, on the left hand side we use 5 internal grid points. On the right hand side we use 20 internal points. Okay, and then we can also plot it at using a different perspective, where we plot using, instead of the time first, we put the rod length first and then time, and then on the left hand side we use 5, and then on the right hand side we use 20. Okay, so what we can see in here is that the one at h equal 0 will go faster, reach 50, and then that will be at a particular time. Let's say, for example, at this particular time at 40 in here, the closest point to the inlet will reach 50 already. This one is already 45. This one is about 38. This one is 44. This one is 38. This one is about 34.5 and so on. Okay. So this basically tell us how we can be able to use a different representations to solve this particular problem of the PDE. Okay, before I move into the next video, then I will stop this video here. Thank you for listening.